Now, next practical or next compound or next impurity that we are going to study is sulfate. It is limit test of sulfate. We have already studied the limit test of chloride, and we have observed the differences between the upper of standard and test sample. Now we will study the limit test of sulfate in the given sample, the same sample which we have studied for the limit test of chloride. The chemical reagent with what you are requiring is hydrochloric acid, barium sulfate reagent. It is, I repeat, it is barium sulfate reagent, not barium sulfate solution. I will come to that, how we are preparing it. It is 5%. So we are having basically two basic solution that we have to prepare: dilute hydrochloric acid 10% and 5% barium sulfate reagent. Now, how we are preparing this one? This is the main chemical, and then potassium sulfate. Barium sulfate reagent, it is prepared by mixing 15 ml of 0.5 m BaCl2. So it is prepared by mixing 15 ml of 0.5 m BaCl2, barium chloride, with 55 ml of water, 20 ml of sulfate-free ethanol, and 0.181 weight by volume potassium sulfate. So we are having three chemicals in it: barium chloride 0.5 m, 20 ml of sulfate, and 0.0181 percentage weight by volume potassium sulfate. We are mixing this three solution and we make up this solution to 100 ml, and it is said to be as barium sulfate reagent, as we are using this in sulfate limit test. But the principle in this, it is also a chemical reaction, the same chemical process that we have used in chloride test. It is also a chemical reaction between barium soluble sulfate and barium chloride. So in this limit test of sulfate, we are having reaction between barium chloride and soluble sulfate in presence of hydrochloric acid. Okay. So barium chloride, when reacts with soluble sulfate in presence of hydrochloric acid, it gives barium sulfate that is insoluble in water, and it forms turbidity. Here is the reaction. What we are going, barium, you are having barium chloride, sulfate, soluble sulfate, in presence of HCl, it forms barium sulfate. Now, this barium sulfate is insoluble in water, and it forms turbidity or opalescence that is compared with the standard one. So we will compare the turbidity of barium sulfate in different solutions, the one is test solution or in standard solution. This is the procedure. Come on, we are moving to the procedure part. So first we will dissolve the suggested amount of sample in distilled water, and of that sample solution, we will take 1 ml into the Desta cylinder, what we have already shown. And to this solution, we will add 2 ml of dilute HCl, and we will add water to it around 41 ml, so that the solution reached up to 45 ml mark. And we will add 5 ml of barium sulfate reagent that we have prepared earlier. Okay, 5% solution, 5 ml we have to use, and we will stir the solution and wait for 5 minutes and then observe the turbidity. This is the procedure for test sample. Now we will move towards standard sample. For standard sample, we will take about 0.1089 weight by volume solution of potassium sulfate in Nessler cylinder, and add 2 ml of dilute HCl. We will add water to it to make the mark up to 45 ml, solution up to 45 ml, about 41 ml of water will be required. We will add 5 ml of barium sulfate, and finally we will stir the solution in wait for 5 minutes. We are having both the two solutions here. One is test sample solution and standard sample solution, and we will compare the turbidity or opalescence of both the samples and come to the inference. So, here again we will be having two inferences, that if the opalescence in sample solution is less as compared to the standard solution, the sample will be said to be past the limit test. If the opalescence is less as compared to of the sample solution is less as compared to standard solution, the solution is said to be past the limit test. Whereas, if opalescence is higher or turbidity is higher, having higher turbidity as compared to the standard sample, standard solution, then we will call it as a fail limit test. The samples fails the limit test. We are having that sample either fails the limit test or passes the limit test. If the concentration of sulfate in the standard sample in the sample is less, it passes the limit test. If it is having higher, then it is said to fail the limit test. So, here we come to the we'll move to the practical part of this technique in the lab and study it.